my GoPro is giving me hard time because the looks like my card is failing, so I'm gonna record this on my phone. Hopefully you'll be able to see something. So I'm underneath the car right now. That's the main area. It's been dripping from. I already, used the rag and cleaned it, but usually the drips are, as you can see, right there on the bolt of the oil pan, and I cleaned this bolt already, and it's dripping to the sway bar and further on, to the floor. The instructions, I got the shop manual showing the each step, how to and what to do. I'm gonna let's say update the sequence a little bit. I will remove this skid plate, and I'll try to drop the axle first, because it's one of the last steps in the instruction manual. But in case I won't be able to do that, all the steps before that are pretty much useless, if you know what I'm saying. So let me grab, there are I guess 4 bolts or 5 bolts holding the skid plate. So I'm gonna remove it, and we'll see what we're gonna do with the axle. So this is the axle. It's going right in there, front differential. And so supposedly there are 3 bolts. I can see 1 right there. I guess there is the same thing on somewhere on the other side, and there is somewhere the 3rd bolt, what everybody's complaining about, that it's very hard to reach. But I heard that sometimes it's enough to undo just 2 outer bolts, this one and the one somewhere on the other side. So it kind of swings on the 3rd bolt. So we'll see if it's possible to do so, and we'll proceed further after I remove the skid plate. So I just removed the the cross member as well as the skid plate, just to have the clearer access to the axle. And I'm just curious where the previous owners actually one owner been driving this car to, because it's like the concrete here, concrete inside the cross member. So I have no idea. I'm gonna clean it out, of course, but just interesting to point. There were a bunch of I don't know what this is. Maybe it's like a clay or something. There was a bunch of clay on the top of the skid plate. So between the skid plate and let's say the differential and steering rack, it's like they've been off-roading in this car. But that's that. Next time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna undo this bolt, and I'm gonna find the bolt from the other side, and I'm gonna undo it as well. It's probably somewhere there. Looks like it's right there. I'm not sure if you can see anything, but yeah, there is one. Yeah, there is one bolt in there. Yeah, it's not focusing, but it's right where my finger's been pointing to. And we'll see what I'm gonna do about the 3rd bolt, if the axle gonna move after I'm gonna undo those 2 bolts. So maybe it's gonna just pivot, back and forth. So, but yeah, we'll see. All right, got some news. So I removed the bolt from there. This is the driver's side of the axle, and I also removed the bolt from there. This is the right side, the passenger side of the axle, which gives me that much play of the front axle. I really hope it's gonna be enough for me, to clear this pan. It's got a little more space right now, right here. And on the next step, I'm gonna undo the transmission coolant line. No, I'm sorry. On the next step, I'm gonna undo the whole sway bar from here. Probably completely. I don't know yet. Either completely or I'm just gonna leave it hanging out. But looks like if I'm gonna leave it hanging out, it still won't give me enough space to, you know, pull the pen. So yeah, most likely I'm gonna remove it completely. I just removed the gutter for the oil filter. It's been held by 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3. And this is the front side of the vehicle. This is the rear side of the vehicle. The filter is oil filter is located somewhere, you know, around this spot. So when you unscrew the oil filter, the oil, you know, remainders pretty much flow, you know, through here into here. So yeah, it's been advised in the service, in the shop manual, to remove this gutter. So yeah, as you can see, this is the sway bar removed as well. So right now, pretty much the only thing left for me is to unbolt. Yeah, I drained the oil. So yeah, the only thing left is to unbolt the pen and see if it's gonna come out from there. Okay, I was forced to remove all 3 bolts actually from the front axle. I could not get the pen lower than the bell housing. It was about, you know, inch up there. So right now you can see that the axle is dropped, hard to say, probably like 4 inches or so. It's rested on my jack, and it's pretty much rested on the frame. It won't go any lower because it's already, you know, reached, you know, this spot right here. So I'm gonna remove 2 bolts holding the pen, this one and, you know, one somewhere there, and I'll try to take the pen off. Okay, the pen is out. I am a little bit concerned about this stuff, which means there was some kind of moisture inside. It's not like everywhere in the pen. For some reason it's just on the, you know, front side. So I'm not sure if I you know, touched something when I was pulling it out, or you know, maybe some condensation that has been somewhere. I don't know. So I don't know what to say yet. I'm gonna clean this pen to prepare it for the, you know, new gasket. I'm gonna clean the mating surface on the engine, and I'll try to put it back together. So on the engine, on the front and on the back, there are 4 spots that you need to apply the, like a kind of gasket maker. It's approximately here, 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 and here. What makes me a little bit concerned is when I'm gonna apply the gasket maker on the, you know, engine mating surface. It's not like you simply put this thing, you know, from the bottom, stick it, and you're good. You need to, you know, finagle it, you know, quite a lot. So I'm simply gonna scoop them away when I will put this oil pan back in place. So I'm not really sure about this part of the process, but it's gonna be, you know, later on. Right now I'm gonna clean this thing with a brake clean and, you know, some rags. Okay, I put 4 beads of silicone right here, right here and right here, 4 spots, and you can see this area has some kind of pretty bad pitting, and I think this is what led to this moisture coming in to the oil pan. So what I did, I put some additional silicone in this area only, so hopefully it's gonna be enough to seal it properly, so the rest doesn't have any, silicone anywhere. So I'm gonna install this pan. I'm gonna try to install this pan right now. Hopefully it's gonna work from the first time, and I'm gonna hand tighten the bolts, because the instructions for this ultra black Permatex gas maker advises to hand tighten it, wait for 1 hour, and then to torque it to the spec. Okay, I put the pan back in. I hand tighten the screws as the manual for the sealant specifies, and it specifies to wait for 1 hour and then torque, to the factory specifications. And the factory specifications are as follows. There are 3 stages. The first stage, 2 Newton meters, or 18 pounds inch. The second stage is 10 Newton meters, or 89 pounds inch, and the third stage another 45 degrees. And this is the sequence how you tighten it. So I'm gonna do it right now in 3 stages, and that's it. That's another day again. So what left for me to do is to tighten the oil drain plug. It's 19 foot-pounds torque, and besides that I need to reattach the gutter for the oil filter and this metal thing in the bottom. And by that point I'll be able to first of all I need to replace the filter with a new one, and then I'll be able to fill up the truck with the oil, and hopefully I won't see the waterfall of oil from the new gasket. So that's that. I'm gonna do this routine thing with the tightening, and that's it. So the truck left a lot of mess besides itself. Probably 10 pounds of, I don't know, stones or whatever, but it left the premise. And while it's here, I am replacing the air filter. It had no name, super clean filter. I don't know, or maybe it's not no name. Hold on, that's mine. Yeah, it's still super clean filter, no name like I told, but I'm gonna put the Motorcraft filter back here, and I'm gonna observe the leaks right now. I didn't find any leaks besides the condensation from the exhaust right here. You can see that. But in terms of the oil pan, I guess the time will tell. But immediately right now I do not see anything yet, but we'll see. Okay, today is the next day after we installed the new gasket. Let's check it out. It's been a little, I don't know, rainy or what, or foggy in the morning. No drips on the floor. No anything on the pan, as well as the on the transmission plate, which was always covered in oil. The only thing what's leaking, if I'm not mistaken, is the coolant C-joint O-rings, which are coming like in a couple hours. Should be delivered. I'm gonna replace those 3 O-rings, which is notorious for going bad on 5.0 at least engines for Mustang and F150, and that's it. Hopefully I'm gonna monitor this situation for a few more days, but previously it was leaking like very, very badly. Overnight I will see like a lot of spills below the car. Right now looks like it's working properly.